Well, hello everyone. Mac Atkinson here, along with my dear friend Cheryl Fitzharris, and this is going to be one of our 2026 spring, I should say, wood element calls, and taking a little bit different approach this year, as you've seen with some of the earlier releases, where we're each kind of talking a little bit about what spring really means the most to us. And Cheryl, I know in a lot of our conversations, you talk a lot about spring cleaning and what that really means in terms of not only for our environment, but our health overall, and a lot of different things tying in. So let me turn the floor over to you and tell us what you want to share in terms of this particular topic.
Thank you so much, Mac. Yes, if you talk to my friends and family, they will refer to me as the organizer, the cleaner, keep everything straight. Anyway, it is a passion of mine, and the reason it is because to me it's almost like a spiritual journey. Because I feel like when I cleanse and get rid of stuff, it's like a time to renew and focus on what's important. So that's what's really important to me.
You know, it's funny, Cheryl, just interrupting you just for a second because, spring is all about getting rid of the old to make room for the new. And that's basically what you were just saying too, which I think ties in so well with this.
Yeah, now that is one messy place.
Sorry, Joey already made me clean up the office since I took this picture. No, I'm only kidding.
Oh, that's really good. Well, for me, it's not just about the office, it's the home, it's the vehicle. I've seen some people's vehicles and I wouldn't even get in it. It looks like they put all their trash in there.
True.
So, anyway, so when we talk about decluttering, first of
Mhm.
all, it's our minds and our hearts, letting go of like all the negative stuff and the negative emotions and creating that space within, so we can transform, right? So
Absolutely.
that also applies to our physical space.
Hmm.
So, first we need to take stock of what it is it looks like or what we want to do. And then we want to develop some kind of a plan because, there's a lot of rooms in the house, a lot of places in the office. So you create yourself a plan. And because everything's interconnected, being tidy with our external environment, for me, it sparks this internal peace and almost releases those negative emotions. So very, very important. And it mirrors our mental state as well. So a tidy home, office, vehicle fosters peace and clarity within.
Right.
And clutter is not merely physical chaos like we see here. It represents like delayed decisions that we want to make, often unresolved emotional attachments.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so by decluttering, we free our physical and emotional energy to pursue new opportunities and ideas. Our environment becomes calmer, clearer, in which turn reduces our anxiety and stress.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean, Mac?
I sure do. Absolutely, I do. And one of the things that we've talked about before in terms of the spring season and the wood element is anger, and the sound of shout is the emotion attached to this season. And I look at this picture in front of us, and I can't help but be angry, when you look at something like that. And I'm with you, Cheryl. I know having talked to you about this topic in the past many times, it's the same way. It's not just our space, it's ourselves too. And if we can declutter all of that emotional baggage and the other stuff that we carry around, man, how much better are we, in terms of people and being able to be out there in the world and interact with other humans out there. So great stuff. Great stuff.
And there's a few ways that I use regularly
Hmm.
to declutter my space,
Hmm.
right? And so I just thought maybe I'd share those
Sure.
and maybe, give people some ideas on how they could get started on it.
Hmm.
Because I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, looking at that space, that would
Hmm.
take a little bit of planning to get through that. So I just thought let's share some ideas for people.
Cool.
So one of them is like kind of this mindful process that I use where, I'll hold something
Hmm.
if it feels like it's joyful or light or whatever, then I feel like, oh, okay, I like this. I'm keeping this, right? So it's sort of like a process to ensure that the things that you
Mm,
have a clear purpose.
I love it. Mm.
So that's one of the things, right?
Mhm, mhm,
And then if you just kind of decide, okay, I'm going to do my office. I want to get it cleared out. I want to get it renewed.
mhm,
So what you do is you sort of gravitate toward one or two items to start the first day,
mhm.
right? So go slow. Decide, okay, keeping or not. Second day, a couple more, third day, etc. And then over time, you get this momentum going. And in no time at all, you got things cleaned up and organized, right? So that's another one that I use.
Love it.
And another one is the 90-90 rule.
What's that?
Okay. So reflect on each item. You always have to think about the item, right? You don't want to be
Yeah.
hasty, get rid of something you want. If you haven't used it in the past 90 days and you won't use it in the next 90 days, I think it's probably safe to let it go.
Let it go. Okay. I got to tell a quick story of myself here because
Okay,
just the
cool.
other day, Joey and I were looking in my closet for some reason, and I've got this huge pile of old t-shirts, okay? And the same thing came up, Cheryl. She said exactly those words. Have you even looked at this pile of shirts in the last 2 years? No. Will you look at them in the next 2 years? No. Donation bag. Here we go. So right on.
Joey's my kind of girl.
Yeah, I hear you.
And one of my favorite, this is one of my all-time favorites that I use is my 4 box method.
Ah, okay.
So I label 4 boxes. One is keep, one is donate, one is trash, and one is relocate. So this helps me be organized and it helps me make quick decisions on what I'm going to do with all this stuff, right? Now,
Uh-huh.
you don't have to keep the stuff you want to keep in a box. You can keep it out.
Right.
But in case it's like a keepsake or something that you do want to keep it, but not necessarily out. That's why you might need the keep box. So
Mhm.
that is one of my favorites of doing the decluttering. So, once things are decluttered,
Mm.
then you want to go to the next step. Now, Mac, do you want to know what that next step is?
I would. I'm waiting with bated breath. What is it?
You gotta really give it a good clean,
Clean. Exactly.
right?
Exactly. I love it. Hey, before we move on with that particular topic of cleaning, though, reflect, take small steps, 90-90 rule, and the 4 box rule. I love them, Cheryl. Those are great. We're going to find a way to post and share more about that too on our 5 Element site here, too. So this is cool. You mentioned cleaning. I know this wasn't necessarily where we wanted to go next, but we talk a lot about are we cleaning green? And I know that's a focus that you have when you're doing your cleaning. Can you talk to us a little bit about the importance of green cleaning?
Oh, absolutely. There's so many reasons, right? Not just the safety of it. I
Mhm.
often think back of a story I read about how people clean their bathtubs with these really harsh, terrible chemical products to get it clean, and then they fill it with water and put their child in it,
I
you know?
know.
And I think to myself, no, 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 that's wrong. That's not what you do.
Uh,
Anyway, it's the chemicals. You got to be
right,
careful, right?
right.
The quality that we put out in the world, right, depends
Mhm.
on all the chemicals we're putting into the world. So staying away. People have allergies and sensitivities to all these perfumes and things that they're putting into the products these days.
Absolutely.
So, and being cost effective. Who wants to have 20 products that they're using under the sink when you can have one?
Right.
you
Right.
know? So for
Absolutely.
me, many reasons to go green.
Right on. Cheryl, I know you want to share a little bit about some of the Sunrider products. And as always, we just want to remind everybody that none of the information we're providing is intended to represent a diagnosis or cure of any illness or disease. So here are a couple of our premier cleaning products, which I know we both use. And would you walk us through why you see these as being such a benefit to us?
One of the main reasons is because if Sunrider makes it, I use it because it's
Mhm.
all based on the philosophy of regeneration. Whether it's our foods, our personal care products, or our cleaning products, they're all based on regeneration. And that's what we want to be doing, not only with our bodies, but with our environment as well.
Mhm.
I love that they smell like the outdoors. They're
Mhm.
not perfume. They're like organic, beautiful scented products that don't really have a scent. It's like fresh air. I know my sister in her cleaning business, this is the products we use. And when people walk in, even the children, they
Uh,
say, "Oh, Diane and her team were here. It smells so good," right? And so anyway, and so it has fantastic ingredients like lemongrass oil, tea tree, um, and using those kind of ingredients on your skin is perfect because of the pH balance of our products, right? We don't destroy our acid mantle. So,
right.
so many great reasons and so economical. For my laundry, I use a tablespoon of our
Mhm.
super clean laundry in my a load of laundry. So
Mhm.
that bottle lasts me forever. So as far as cost, very economical.
Right.
I put one little cap of our super clean in a spray bottle. I use
Mhm.
it on my windows, my car, my floors, my cupboards,
Mhm.
for everything. So they don't take up space. They smell great. They're economical, and I'm buying it from my own store, which I love that too.
Love it as well.
And what about you, Mac?
Same thing, Cheryl. As you well know, I mean, these are products that are in our household and have been forever as well. We use them all the time. And having just, this is going to sound silly, but having just completed my third load of laundry today, I've been really enjoying the laundry detergent. So, same thing though, highly concentrated, just a little bit goes such a long way. And as you said, that's what makes these so economical to use. And they just smell so wonderful. I can remember using for a short period of time when we couldn't get the laundry detergent, we went to a brand X, if you will. And I noticed rash on my skin. The odor was something I didn't really like at all. And I was so thankful when these products came back into inventory. So right there with you, right there with you. Here's another one of I know a favorite for you and I. We both use this all the time, but tell everybody why they should consider using our Sun Smile fruit and vegetable rinse.
Well, this product is Dr. Chen's award-winning product.
Mhm.
And there is nothing like it. There's so many washes on the market, but nothing like our Sun Smile. Once again, pH balanced, great ingredients, gets rid of the pesticides, the herbicides, the salmonella, E. coli, everything on our fruits, vegetables, meats, fish, you name it, we wash it in it.
Mhm.
But not only that, for us longtime Sunriders, we get really creative with the products. And because of pH balance, if I cut myself or something, I think, oh, why don't I just wash it with the fruit and vegetable rinse?
Yep.
And it's amazing how it takes care of things, right? So,
Exactly.
and for cleaning, oh my gosh, if you put a cap of this in a spray bottle, and if
Hmm.
you got mold or anything like that in your windows,
Hmm.
anywhere that you want to get rid of it, you spray it on and then wipe it off. You're doing it in a healthy way. You're not breathing in the spores, and it cleans it beautifully. And the other thing I use it for is spraying my plants if they have any little spider mites or aphids,
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that, right? And
Exactly.
yeah, and like I say, it lasts a long time, so it's very economical and an amazing product. Everybody should have it. And it comes in a small size for travel.
Right. Exactly. I know. I'm glad you mentioned that because traveling around the world like I do, as you and Tim do as well. I mean, I know I'm always traveling with that because a lot of times I prefer to kind of just pick up some fresh fruits and vegetable to have in my hotel room versus eating out all the time. And I always travel with the small size so I can have that with me. It's funny too. I know a lot of people that I've talked to in the past said, well, hey, I buy organic. Okay. So I don't even need to clean my stuff. You got to be kidding me. Okay. Absolutely not. And I mean, I go to the farmers markets and people will still find a way with their hands to be touching every apple in the pile, that kind of stuff. So
Or sneezing on them.
thank you. Exactly. So no matter where you're purchasing, this is great. Cheryl, the other thing that I've found, and I know you have too, is simply by washing my fruits and vegetables in this, I have found that they will last 2, 3 times longer than they normally would have otherwise in terms of their freshness and their viability in terms of using them. And the other thing that was so important to me, as I know it was to you, is that this is an all natural plant-based formula that Dr. Chin put together for us. You look at any other vegetable wash on the market, and there's usually a disclaimer saying, don't swallow this. We can actually wash our fruits and vegetables, and we don't necessarily have to re-rinse them again prior to consuming them because, again, all natural plant-based. So, fabulous stuff. And we'll find a way to share some of those other unusual uses sometime again in the future. Okay. Hey, moving right along with this, let's talk a little bit about our breath and breathing and all of that kind of stuff. And I again wanted to share a little bit or ask you to share actually a little bit about how our Sunbreeze and our new Ease essential oil can help us in this regard.
Well, after I've got everything decluttered and everything's clean as a whistle, then I like to bring those natural elements in that harmonize and bring peace, right? And so
Hmm.
I have my diffuser going with either my Ease oil or my Sunbreeze oil, and
Hmm.
it totally makes my home feel so cozy and smell so good. And anybody that comes to our home always says that.
Right.
Your home is so cozy and so smells so nice. It just makes my heart sing.
Oh.
And our oils are also good for us, right? When I go to
Mhm.
bed at night, I like to put it under my nose and I breathe better and it's very relaxing. I put it on things if I have a bite or anything like that.
Me too.
So, they're amazing. What about you,
Exactly.
Mac?
Hey, same thing, Cheryl. I mean, I've shared many times that Sunbreeze was the very first product I was ever introduced to from Sunrider. And again, I've been using this for 30 plus years now, and the same as you. I mean, there's so many different uses of it, and I just find it's one of my daily go-tos. And most recently, and I don't know, it's kind of a small screen, but I've got my diffuser going on back here with the Ease oil in that right now, and I just find it so relaxing. And the Ease is our more current one that was just released in the last year, and it's a combination of sage, bergamot, rose, and lime oil. And again, I just love the scent that it puts off. And I have noticed, and I've shared this before, so bear with me, but I like to put it on my palms or my wrists, I should say. And depending on the day and my body chemistry and what's going on, some days I pick up the bergamot, some days it's the rose, some days it's the lime. It depends on what's going on with my body, which is one of those wonderful little things about Sunrider and Dr. Chin and how he formulates this stuff. So wonderful. Cheryl, fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing with us around this topic of, cleaning, the benefits behind it, how we can declutter not only our home, but our lives, our emotions, our bodies, etc. And as always, I just really appreciate the way that you share, and thank you so much for joining us and sharing the way that you did today.
Well, it's always my pleasure, Mac. Thank you so much for always putting such great things together for us.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure and so fun working with you and in our other five element team members. So great stuff. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, everybody, for listening in.